All right, awesome. So yay, super happy to have Angelika back today. Thank you, Angelika, for agreeing last minute to lead us through Circle today. I think most of you know Angelika now. I see lots of familiar faces today, which is really wonderful. I love seeing everyone come back week after week, because I think this is what really helps us create and cultivate community. So sorry, I'm in a family home right now. So if you hear anyone in the background, I apologize. Let's see, just to address this concern, someone sent a message saying they didn't receive the ceremony email, but it was sent out. It was sent out early this morning, so that might have been why you missed it, just because typically it gets sent out the day before. But it was sent out really early this morning, so that might be why. In those cases, it's typically sent out the morning of. And yes, Jesse also shared that sometimes Aura stuff lands in junk or in the promotions folder. So if you're ever in doubt, just check that or send us a DM or even send us an email to the support team, support@auracacao.com, and we will get back to you. All right. Let's see. I just want to share a little bit what people are sharing in the chat. Piper said she's tuning in from Maryland, feeling a little bluesy. And Melva is drinking communion cacao. I don't know what that is, but she's in Tucson, Arizona, with the intention of trusting what's happening is the right thing. And Kelly shared that she's drinking mystical mushroom, that her mystical mushroom just arrived today. And she also ordered the aura mushrooms to mix in for the first time. I hope you enjoy it. Let us know how that goes. And she's joining in from Baltimore, calling in love and abundance. And Sandra drinking mystical mushroom with the intent to just be. Yay. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing in the chat. All right, I'll pass it on to you, Angelika. Thank you.
All right. Hi, thank you. Hello, everyone. So yes, I do believe most of us have met, but in case we haven't, my name is Angelika, and I am many things. At the moment, coming into my own as a ritual facilitator and authentic sound and movement facilitator, working to develop lots of things that are up and coming to support wellness inside, not only for us grown folk, but also for the little ones. And so, yeah, just based on what we've been sharing, I think that the ceremony today is going to land really well. I go about ceremony creation in a couple of different ways, and one of the ways which I secretly like this way more is when suddenly there's an arising, and like today I was able to lead, and so I just I looked up what was the Mayan energy for today going to be, and then everything just flowed in. So I think it will be very supportive. It's going to be really about tapping into our inner peace, and I'll speak more about that after we drop in. I do also want to let you know, come here, I have my friend here today. He was gonna be joining for a ceremony, but now he's also just here. So this is Kaj.
The sun's blessings to everyone. Hello.
And so if you hear, we are going to be making some sounds today. So that's why I wanted to let you know so that you wouldn't be wondering, whoa, what happened to Angelika's voice? So anyway, all right, if you would like to go ahead and take your cup of cacao in hand, bring it in close to your heart space, and closing your eyes if that feels nice. Beginning to let the energy, the movement, the preparation, the finding the link, the getting comfortable, letting the movement and energy of all of that begin to settle. Let's take a deep breath. And as you exhale, letting your shoulders drop, letting your chest and belly soften just a little. Tuning in more now with your senses, the way the cup feels in your hands, the warmth you might feel radiating from this beautiful medicine you are holding. Any smells that might be wafting up. And just letting a little smile take form inside of your heart. Just for a simple moment of happiness, of being here, of making the choice to come into this moment and see where it takes you. Now, just want to spend a little time honoring the elements and all the rest. So if you would like to raise your cup up toward the heart of the sky, acknowledging and giving gratitude for all that is above, the many mysteries that we gaze up at and wonder about, and all that lies so far beyond our sight or thought comprehension. The beautiful, magical, twinkling lights of the stars and the moon and the sun and the comets and all of the other things flying around out there in this existence that we all share. And lowering our cups toward the earth, acknowledging and giving gratitude for all that is below, the lands that we are currently physically on, the larger community that we share with others, the earth that we all are sharing and blessed to experience with so many gifts and places to visit and see and explore and feel and learn about, and just this amazing, ever unfolding planet and spirit that holds us, that we call home. And raising our cups up toward our center and extending them outward. Acknowledging and giving gratitude for all that is without. All of the other beings that come and go through our lives like waves. May we be reminded not to cling and to revel in the moment of now, because now is when we actually experience those other beings, like beautiful Rose barking in the distance. Also taking a moment here to acknowledge and give gratitude to all of the elements, the water that flows, the fire that burns, the air that blows, the earth that holds, and the ether that binds it all together. Bringing our cups back in toward our heart space, hugging it close, acknowledging and giving gratitude for all that is within. Each of us bravely traveling our own journey, but never forgetting that we are loved, we are connected, and when we need that support, we only need to ask for it. Our center point, our innermost place of peace. This is the place we will be feeling into throughout our experience and exploration today. Bowing your head, perhaps looking into the cup of cacao to acknowledge and give gratitude to this beautiful, sacred plant medicine, which is cacao. So much gratitude for all the people, all of the nature, the interplay between them, the time, the wisdom, the traditions, the knowledge, the beauty, the magic, the healing, the nourishment, all that is held within this cup, and the potential for so much. And now just inviting a moment to infuse the cacao with any intentions that you have brought with you today. Perhaps blowing in some breath, offering some gratitude, or simply feeling it in before you begin to drink. Aho. And gently rejoining our space as you are ready. The first thing I would like to offer as you continue to drink, I may have shared this previously, I'm not sure, but it's just a little song for cacao. Thank you, cacao, for being here now. Thank you, cacao, for showing us how to be still and listen, to make more decisions from a place of love, and to rise above the fear. Thank you, cacao, for being here now. Thank you, cacao, for showing us how. As you continue to drink, wink, wink, this is a drink a lot in the beginning type of day. If you are newer to cacao, it does take, about half an hour for the effects to basically start really flowing anyway. So I personally tend to try to drink more toward the beginning, but we will be making sounds and moving and doing more active things shortly. So this is a book that we have shared passages from before. I know that Ayana has, myself and others, but it's a beautiful book, The Prayers of Honoring Voice by Pixie Lighthorse. And there's just one small passage I'd like to read from Honoring Confidence. Thank you for this day of completely believing in myself. When I feel unsafe and insecure, I am living in chaos and out of love. When I'm confident, I am who you've made me to be. Help me see support all around me. Help me heal my existence injuries, lodged in little capsules of trauma throughout me. Help me dissolve them with the breath you've given me. Let me call up the deepest and most electric seed of me, so I may shine with no puffing or posturing, no faking it till I make it, no exaggerating or inflating the truth of my accomplishments and abilities. I am enough. I might need many reminders from you, divine source of connection, to know and accept this. Thank you for pointing me to the beauty and strength inside of me. And, oh, sorry, you got me to it. Yeah, thank you, Ayana. That leads perfectly into the concept behind today. And so also to mention the Mayan count, the energy for today is 8, Ak. And 8 referring to wholeness. It's 1, which is birth, and 7, which is death combined. I also very much connected to the infinity symbol for the kind of momentum of today. Something else, Mark Elmy, the teacher that so many of us look to for these as part of the 4pillars.net, he also mentions that this is like the cycle of the soul. And so that's the first concept I want to present for reflection and layering into today. When we think of the infinity symbol and the way that life is always in cycles, it's always coming and going, rising and falling, right? And there's output of energy, and then that's what comes back. There's so much, everything really that fits this type of movement. And then though, coming to the center, and again, this is where we're headed today, the center point. The other with the Nawal of Ak, this is the corn stalk. So it's a connection between the heart of the sky, the heart of the earth. It's very stable. It's very much about bringing duality into oneness. There is like this leadership quality there. And yes, this also very much is food for thought today, to just be kind of thinking about the harmony, the balance of your life, yourself, of what's coming, what's going, how is it flowing. I guess just coming into a place of openly being willing to kind of think about that, reflect on it, and receive from that. And again, the center point in the infinity symbol, that's the crossover in ourselves. And of course, hopefully you have your own thoughts, but some thoughts that I came up with were, yes, a place of oneness, a place of stillness, of peace, of home. We often think, where is home, you know? And to me and many people, you say home is where the heart is. But I would like to offer one step further, and not just the heart, but the center, the actual center of self. This is your home, always. It's with you. So that's some things to think about. Now, as we continue to drink the cacao, wanted to actually open up a sharing now. So if you'd like to type into the chat, but hopefully some people feel comfortable to share out loud, in which place you can just unmute. But here is the question. What does being in harmony, what does that feel like to you? Not what does it look like? So I might say, oh, you know, I'm doing this or I'm not doing this. It's not about what you're doing or not doing. How does it feel? When you are in harmony, how does it feel? And also considering, how does it feel in your physical body? How does it feel in your mind? How does it feel in your spirit, in your soul? And so, yeah, if we could just take a little time to share any responses, that will be a good foundation to build upon from here. Yeah, and you could raise your hand or just unmute or even type in the chat that you want to, and we'll work it out. Okay. Lisa, it feels light, energizing, and easy. Anastasia, it feels light, grounded in the flow. Kaj is nodding about that one. Sandra, lack of resistance. Allison, receptive, open. Bonnie, being in harmony. Feels like being steady and calm, having ease. Being at peace within myself, no worries about anything, peaceful. Calm, spacious, yes, flowing. Everything flowing peacefully. So, with all this talk about flowing, I want to share quickly something, because I was discussing this with someone not too long ago, and I was basically craving flow within myself, and I started to realize that instead of trying to think about my river flowing a different way or flowing around the rocks, I had this visioning of the water rising so high and being so full and so fluid that it just washed right over. Something to think about. Lots more beautiful answers. Thank you. And if you do feel called to speak, please unmute. I will happily be quiet, but there's so many in chat. I'm just going to keep reading them. Everything flowing peacefully, feels like balance, connectedness, feels deep breathing, peace, present moment awareness, a flow, a dance. I need this harmony. Oh, don't we all? A flow and joy is present. I'm feeling more harmonious just reading these. Piper shares, being in harmony feels like a complete onboarding of my body, chills all over. Also some strong sexual energy. Yeah. Harmony can mean so many things, right? But when it connects and when we're locked into it, it's everything. And I would also argue that it's hard to sustain, because this is what happens. We come into these moments and then it keeps moving, right? Okay, I'm going to drink a little cacao, and then we are going to start doing a little bit of exploratory play with some sound and things. Oh, one more beautiful share, Megan. I like having enough room to hold all of me, especially the parts I'm still learning to love. Especially those parts. Yes, yes, yes. All right. So yes, something that I've been doing more and more is working with this organization called Song Dance. They are all about authentic sounds and movement, and some of that is going to be coming into play. So I thought first that we could just do a little bit of kind of warming up to the feeling of it, and yeah, that's all I'll say. So just get comfortable to where you can vocalize a little bit. And we're going to just do this kind of in a little tiered process. So first, starting with 3 times, we're going to take a nice breath in and then sigh it out. But like, let's let a little sound come out. All right, so breathing in. Again. And really lengthen this last one. Breathing in. And now what we'll do is we'll do 5 imitations. So I will produce some noise and then basically repeat after me. Woo,
Ooh.
Ah.
Ah.
Brr, 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 brr. Oh.
Oh.
All right, and now as a final thing, we're going to basically start at a high note and then just allow our voice to fall down like a waterfall until it hits a place that feels good, and then just hold that note. So I'll demonstrate one time, then we'll do it twice more together, and that's all I'll say. So I'll demonstrate one time. So start at any higher note you like and it ends at any place that feels good, but we will do it all together. So breathing in and then letting the sound after that. Breathing in. And now on the second one, finding a different place to stop. Breathing in and making sound. I'm glad Kaj is here for this, actually. This is perfect. All right, and so now we're going to first think for a second. Let's have a drink of cacao. And keeping in mind a few things as we, because I'm going to play a song in a moment. It's a song dance song, actually. That's why I say it's pretty cool how today is all working out. But some things to think about this center point. That's what really today the overarching thing is all about, is thinking about that space within ourselves and what it feels like when we're in it. How do we find it? What else is there to explore around that for you, right? And so keeping that in mind, also during that little exercise we just did with the different sound things, how did that feel to you? Were you like trying to sound exactly the same as I did? Or was it bothering you that maybe you were sounding a little bit of out of tune or dissonant? Or how did it even feel to make sound? So however that felt, just trying to soften and be willing to keep exploring, because it might not feel too great for some people. But also just, again, food for thought. What is it that's so bad about sounding out of harmony anyway? What about if you let yourself sound dissonant for a moment? What does that do? And so during this song, which is about 3.5 minutes, sing along, sound along. Maybe you just want to hum. Maybe you want to just play with like being out of tune, being in tune, or maybe you just want to put your hand on your heart and try to find your center point. All right, the lyrics I just dropped into the chat. This is it's a mantra song, so it's pretty repetitive. And it is welcome back home. Open your heart to love, the oneness, the stillness, coming home. I will mute myself during this so that you can really just kind of allow your own experience. Yeah, so let me get the sound shared. And if you still have cacao, to just continue drinking. Oh, I'm trying to make this too complicated, sorry. Okay. Oh, and I'm also screen sharing. Hold on 1 second. Sorry. I don't want to do that again. Oh man, I don't know if you're here for that one. I'm not sure if they changed the Zoom thing or what, but I swear I'm like struggling to only share my sound these days. Okay, there we are. All right, so see you in about 3.5 minutes.
Welcome back home. Open your heart to love. 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 The honest stillness coming home. The oneness stillness coming Okay. Yeah, I will
I'll put the link to the playlist real quick in the chat. And that is by Song Dance. Something very exciting, you guys, actually. If you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen. I wasn't going to share about this, but I will. I did this little healing song thing. I had like starlight coming out of in my mouth and in my hair. If you saw it, you know. And anyway, Song Dance, they love this, and they're turning it into an actual song, and it's going to be on Spotify and everything. So yeah. So yeah, if you're curious about anything more like that, reach out to me. I could talk your ear off all day about song dance and authentic sound and movement. Yeah. So now to continue layering upon this and to really feel into now our bodies. So that was more like vocalization. This is inviting more for visualization and physical sensation, embodiment. Oh, thank you. Sorry, if you're watching the recording, there's some like excitement in the chat. Yay, congrats. And just to think, I never even used to sing in person or in front of people or dance or do any of it. Y'all, the healing journey is just amazing and magical. So grateful. Anyway, okay. So this next song is a little longer, and it is again some food for thought. Maybe bringing in movements or thoughts of the infinity symbol, the flow, cycles, coming into stillness, finding the center point. Almost like this could be like a moving meditation. So you're welcome to play with your breath as well. I would really encourage some breathing along with how you're feeling called to move. You could do like accelerated breathing if you're feeling more energized, or like deep, slow, full body breaths. Also just maybe doing some stretching if you're not really like wanting to dance type of move. And yeah, so just a moment for another drink of cacao, if you would like. Then after this, there'll be some time for journaling and sharing. All right, so this is about 4.5 minutes. Moving our bodies and continuing to explore this center point inside in whatever way feels best to you right now. perhaps seeing if you can find the location in your body where you feel your center point. All right. And we're going to move into now an opportunity for some reflection. So any realizations, thoughts, reflections that you might have about your center point, or perhaps what it felt like to work with your sound, what you need to be able to access that point more often, or perhaps a drawing of yourself and your center point, or anything else you feel called. But we will have between 3 and 6 minutes, just depending on if you look like still need more time. And so I'll just go ahead and put on another song for that, and then we'll be sharing very soon. There seems to be still a lot of writing, so I'm gonna just let this next song play as well. It's about 3 minutes. Okay, and bringing that to a close. All right. So we have space and time for anyone that is called to share, and always remembering that we share for different reasons. Perhaps being witnessed in what you need to say, or supported in what you're going through, is the medicine you need, but perhaps your words that you share, or letting someone know they're not alone in how they feel, is the medicine that someone else might need. Allison, if you'd like to. Sure, thank you.
Hi, thank you. I wouldn't have guessed that this was exactly what I needed today. Um, I had just written a comment before we started that last song that I struggled with my yoga practice this morning. It felt like I was forcing my body, sort of, and I didn't really feel in the flow or connected, or that I was really like supporting myself. And free flowing to this beautiful music made me feel connected and just like embody it again. And I haven't just like free drawn or like drawn whatever my soul wants me to draw in a very long time. I didn't realize that until now. And I wanted to share what I drew.
Oh,
You can
yes.
all see it. Let's see how the lighting goes.
Wow.
Okay. So I started by writing my name. I drew like a large letter A. And then I ended up drawing like my body, like my head is in the center of the A where you would cross it. And then I ended up started drawing a body, and all the lines coming off of it are like different energy, different lines of energy, like exuding from my being and like connecting me to the earth. And yeah, I don't know, but I really love it. And then in the center, I drew like a little, uh, like all the elements kind of combined into like a little symbol in the middle. And yeah. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I love it. And you know what? While you were sharing about it, I was thinking about all the words people were dropping in the beginning about, what does harmony feel like? And I'm like, boom, that drawing, it has
Ah,
a bunch of that, like flow, connection, all the things. So, thank you so much for sharing it with us.
thank you.
Hmm. Let's see. Okay. Is there anyone else that would like to speak? I'm going to share the chat comments as well, but I want to give a chance to Kaj. Do you mind coming on?
Yeah.
Kaj is going to share. Hold on. Sit down.
I don't want to take the chair. Good day, everybody. Just want to say thank you. This is my second ceremony, Cacao, with Angelika, and it's been so personal every time. So I just wanted to thank you for sharing your energies. But I just wanted to share a couple things that I wrote down, which again, this session really spoke to me. Some things that I just wrote down, and maybe this might speak to many of you, but someone proposed a question to me that's just been resonating. I haven't answered it yet, but maybe I can give it to you, and you can search your own answer. What is the bigger truth about yourself or about humanity? That's one. The second thing that's been resonating to me, of course, through this whole thing was balance and how important that is. And I've always associated balance with the yin and the yang, and how for a long time I felt like I was just one. I was either the yin or the yang, right? But knowing that we as beings are all energies, and true balance is knowing all of those parts of yourself, knowing your extremes, knowing your smalls, knowing your larges, all that. And in my mind, in my spirit, I do believe that true balance is your power, and that control. And it's up to us to kind of to harness that power within us. Another two words that's been flowing in my head is foundation and freedom. And in that sweet spot in the middle is where I think home is. And as an actor, I always, have to make sure that I know where home is, because sometimes, stepping into other people's shoes can be quite the ride. Whether you're stepping into somebody's shoes, whether you're, absorbing energy from someone, or you're giving someone else your energy, knowing where home is super important for your own self, so you can know when to come back. Because again, it's like an infinity. And I drew a little picture of Allison too. I don't know if you can see it, Allison. I drew my little picture. It's a yin and a yang. it's an infinity, like you're saying, and that's where home is, right? And no matter how extreme we may get on either side, or it's not lining up, knowing where home is, knowing where home is, knowing where that center point is in your being will bring you peace. Always. No matter what's going on either loop or whoever's loop, if you know where your home is, you'll be able to bring your best stuff back center. So that's what I got.
Thank you. Thanks, Cash. Okay. And anyone else feeling called to speak? All right, I'm going to do some sharing from the chat before we wrap it up. But again, at any point, if you do feel, just unmute yourself and go for it. Kat shared that I just linked into each element one at a time, starting with fire, surrounded in the orange light, and then moved to each one separately, rooted into the earth, then filled with sky surrounding me, and last was water, where I swam, and last action dove under. Oh, that sounds like a magical journey. I am so centered right now, she said. Yes. Megan, it was so lovely to see everyone today. Sharing that she appreciates this community and getting to gather each week, sending love to all, and maybe we find peace. Jessica sharing, harmony for me is knowing that the dance of life will bring waves of opportunities to grow, as well as times of stillness. Yeah. Okay. Of course, Bonnie. Yes, please do.
It's kind of, I don't know if it's like a poem or a prayer or what it is, but my center point is like an almond shape in the center of my body. And sometimes I can't find it. I know it's there, but I can't find it. I feel unsettled, not calm at all, anxious. How I want that steadiness and calm. Why do I struggle to find it? I call out to source, the universe, for steadiness. Please shower me with it. Please infuse in my innermost being with that calm and steadiness. So thank you.
What a beautiful little prayer there at the end. I love it. Oh my goodness. And I'm feeling called, although I'm sure pretty much everyone here already knows this, but just in case you haven't heard this before, to just remember that, the journey, the healing journey, there is no end of it. There is no, in 2 months and 3 days from now, I'm going to be golden inside for the rest of my life. Because that's just not how life is. It is an organic unfolding. And I like to think of it as more of a spiral where I keep getting a little better, understand a little more, a little bit more, a little closer. I'm just sharing this in the name of, as we go through this process of trying to, heal this or stop that, or these things that we go through, to just be gentle with yourself and remember that there's never going to be an end. The beauty is in the process, and to just be proud of yourself for every little win and every little step along the way, every little bit of understanding, every moment when you're able to be here and now, and yeah, to give yourself that grace. Anyway, my soapbox is done. And it appears that so is our ceremony. So if you do have more cacao, maybe join me in one last sip, a collective cheers to all the sharing. And then I'll close our circle, then see if Ayana has any last words. I'm feeling like I need my bell. All right. So just softening into one last moment, perhaps closing your eyes and offering so much gratitude to the spirit of Cacao, to Mama Gaia, to the divine, to all of the beings here now watching at a different time. Thank you. Thank you for weaving yourself together with us all in this process, in this journey, this unfolding, beautiful, wondrous journey of life. And I'm just going to ding the bell 3 times to officially close our circle. Perhaps taking one last breath in, exhaling as the bell sounds. All right. Thank you. Ayana, I hand it over.
Thank you so much. That was so beautiful. Thank you, everyone, for all your shares. I don't have anything to say, just big gratitude to everyone, to you, Angelica, and to your friend who also joined us with the singing. Thank you. So yeah, I look forward to seeing you all next week. I'm wishing you all a wonderful, wonderful week, and I hope that you can carry this medicine with you in your heart until we meet again. Feel free to unmute yourself so we can wish each other well.
Have a good
Bye.
Thank
week.
you.
Love everyone.
Bye.
Good
Thank
night.
you.
Thank you for coming.
Much love.
Angelica, you were
Which
amazing.
Thank